And I don't give a damn. Y'all steady trying to justify that McDonald's worker that stabbed her motherfucking manager.
Even when one of my old coworkers like told me, "Oh, the manager fired you at Chipotle because you was really pretty and knew that you was paying rent and didn't care." I was like, "Wow." And meanwhile, my boyfriend was still working in that area, and I'm like, you know what? You know what? It just really shows me like people are really cruel and evil. Now there's 6 kids without their mom. And I'm trying to do that both side thing, but like I have a dude, his name Peter, he works here. He be acting weird, and I think he be mad because I literally explained what he did to me. And then he be playing like he's nice and cool, and it was really over like you didn't get laid or you didn't get to get me. And even like the people that used to work here before they quit, they was like, "Oh, he's just trying to take advantage." Because mind you, I used to sleep in my car, and I felt like most of the men that was trying to flirt with me only wanted me for one thing, literally. And I was never wrong, never, ever. Super manipulative. It's weird. So if he harms me, y'all gonna justify that? That's what I'm getting with this shit. He always like to say that, even to our boss and people, like what he went through, how he didn't have good childhood, family that he wanted. Neither do I. Just because I had, like, there's people who have parents that are alive and choose not to be in their kid's life. There's people who had a mom, but their mom was horrible to them. And they don't go around being a shitty person. They don't go around harming people. They've been bullied. I have people to this day that try to make me feel like I'm unlovable because of my finances. Like I'm not worthy of love. Don't matter if I have a good heart, a good personality, a good soul. Like, there is men that I came that's so shallow. If I'm not doing something for them or dissing me on what I do and do not have, like, it's weird shit. Really weird shit. It's like the men that got mad when they have finances and I'm not staying because you're abusive mentally. And that's the worst type of abuse, because if you don't know how to handle your trauma, it starts to fuck up your organs. And people know how to do that a lot to people lately, and that's like a slow killer. You can't tell me that person don't have a killer instinct when they're doing mental abuse to you. That's going to have a long-term effect on you. And this is why I always speak up. Even with the manager, I still have the phone call of him being rude and harassing me and being mean because I spoke up. And it wasn't the first time, the second time. I thought the third time was really detrimental because the person was really trying to make me feel uncomfortable. And I couldn't leave. His big ass was blocking the fucking door. Knew I had a boyfriend and trying to explain, like, oh, people don't care if you have a boyfriend. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be going to the other person. Even like my boss, Don, said another job would have fired him. Target would have. The hell? Walmart would have. At Amazon, they really didn't. Like, all they did was warn the guy to stop bothering me. Like, heavy on my trail. It's just like, a no is a no. Even the guy said he couldn't be a woman, because it's like, what you mean I told you no and you still trying to talk to me and get an attitude? Click, click. Like, he kept clicking his shit. Like, I never understand. Like, this is why women be carrying that shit in their purse, bro. Y'all be trying to justify the evil one, and they're literally walking demons out here. There's literally walking evil ass people. That's why I've been saving so much money, sacrifice not shopping, not telling anybody how much I have saved, because I do not want my kid working a job. Because you have to deal with weird ass people that do not have their senses together and feel like, you know what, I'm going to crash out instead of going to therapy, taking a medicine, getting the proper help. And they know that. And you got to watch out for the weird ones that like to say, oh, it's not helping. They're not even taking it. They're not even trying to, like, they're okay with being their abusive behavior. That's why I'm literally quick to cut people off. They always into your business, want to know what you got going on, and they barely let you know. Those people are the ones that don't got shit going on with their life. I promise you. Okay? Like, I don't know if it's because of dissociation, but with people who really bullied me, it was really projection on themselves. Like, let's say they talking bad about my finances. It's really about themselves, because every time my therapist told me that was projection, I end up finding out, oh, that's why you was being mean. You're late on your bills. You not having a lot of clients. You're being mean because money is tight right now, which is not an excuse. But if you read the book, The 4 Agreements, do not take anything personal. Do not take anything personal. Literally has someone literally lying, wanting me to believe, oh yeah, my dad left me a will of $1 million and da. And even one person wanted me to just look at my face and be like, do I believe her? Like, I know it's a lie. Why would you want me to believe? When you're telling the truth, especially when I'm telling the truth, I already know it's true. I don't need you to believe. I know what happened. I know how much money I got from that lawsuit. And that's it. I'm not going to make people make me feel inadequate just because I don't have money. Because the power of God, child, I hope that lady get life in prison. Like, bro, to be honest, I really feel like people who hurt people should get the death penalty. There was no self-defense in that. Like, I can't really find a mean-ass freaking boss besides the one because I had over 16 jobs from the age of 18 and now. Hollister, Chipotle, and probably Amazon in this job. Trust me, sometimes Pete, he'll be like supporting my business, telling me good things, but you gotta understand, people will disguise themselves and still despise that you either stood up for yourself. I even had to cut off his homeboy. Was like, oh, just because he did that to you doesn't mean I'm gonna stop effing with him and stuff like that. I didn't say all that. I just said that I didn't like that, and you basically saying all this, you have some hidden animosity too, and you agree with his. And I had to find out the hard way to cut him off. So I don't really care for people that do shit like that, because they're not apologetic and they don't see no wrong in their behavior, and that's the worst type of people to be around. Especially when I'm at parents that do fucked up shit, and then they will hope that what they did to you, you hope on their kids. No, I really hope you stay the fuck away from me. God will deal with you in whatever way, in whatever matter. I do not care, because every person that tried me, God dealt with them. Even my worst bully, God. I remember my homeboy was telling me, and it was a person, she used to bully everybody in high school, and she ended up passing away. And a lot of people was gluttony, not me. I felt scared. I was like, ooh, God do not play, and God do not like ugly. That's one thing I remember. God do not like evil, and people do not listen or follow the commandment. They want to gossip. They want to be evil. They want to do things. They feel like they're God until God humbled them. That's one thing about God. He is so chess. You think he's going to come when he expected. You think it's going to be this year because you did that karma this year. That next day, he will wait 3 years to get your ass. Trust me, I even dealt with karma. For one time, someone was bullying me, and I was so mad, and I couldn't control my anger, and I used to curse them the fuck out every time I was beating me. God taught me a valuable lesson, and I learned how karma works. I'm not dealing with that shit. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. I don't like that shit. I'm going to always speak up. I've been doing that since my mom and people that got me fucked up. Because if you don't, they're going to think that shit's okay, and they're going to continue that fucking behavior. I never understand people trying to harm people for speaking up like, I don't like you. And it's not because you're ugly. It's not because your weight. It's not because your looks. You don't have nothing for me. And it's very dangerous to date someone where you're financially stable and they're not. They will literally I already been in so many situations. I know what it is and what